Hello, and welcome back to Golden Life Daily. If you're here today, chances are you've experienced one of life's toughest challenges, the loss of a spouse. My heart goes out to you. Grief can feel overwhelming, lonely, and even suffocating at times. But I want you to know this. Losing a spouse doesn't mean losing yourself. Healing is possible, and rediscovering who you are after such a profound loss is within your reach. In this video, we'll walk through 6 steps to help you start healing today. These aren't just theoretical tips. They're grounded in real stories from people who've walked this path before you, including my own experiences working with seniors like you. My goal is to give you tools, encouragement, and hope to move forward, one step at a time. Let's begin. The very first step to healing is allowing yourself to grieve fully. And let me be clear, there's no right way to grieve. Everyone processes loss differently. Some cry openly, others feel numb, and some even laugh because humor becomes a coping mechanism. Whatever your response is, it's okay. Your feelings are valid. I once spoke with Margaret, a woman in her late 70s who had been married for 52 years. She told me, "For weeks after my husband passed away, I couldn't stop cleaning the house. It was like I was trying to scrub away the pain." At first, she felt guilty for not crying enough, but eventually she realized that cleaning was her way of processing her emotions. That's what grief looks like sometimes. It shows up in unexpected ways. Here's what I recommend. First, give yourself permission to feel everything. Cry when you need to, scream into a pillow if it helps, or sit quietly with your memories. There's no timeline for grief. It unfolds in its own time. Second, create space for reflection. Whether it's journaling, talking to a trusted friend, or simply sitting in silence, find moments to connect with your emotions without judgment. And finally, be gentle with yourself. Healing takes time, and there's no rush. Your spouse was a huge part of your life, and their absence leaves a void that nothing else can fill. Honoring their memory is an essential part of healing, but it's equally important not to let their passing define your entire identity moving forward. Take John, for example. After his wife passed away, he turned her favorite recipes into a cookbook and shared it with family and friends. He told me, "Cooking her dishes makes me feel closer to her, but it also reminds me of all the joy she brought to others." By doing this, John kept her spirit alive while finding new meaning in his own life. Here's what you can do. First, create a tribute. This could be anything: scrapbook, a garden, or even volunteering for a cause they cared about. Second, share stories. Talk about your spouse with loved ones. Sharing happy memories keeps their legacy alive. And third, set boundaries. While honoring their memory is beautiful, avoid clinging to the past in a way that prevents you from embracing the present. For instance, don't isolate yourself in a shrine-like home filled only with reminders of them. Remember, honoring your spouse doesn't mean forgetting them. It means celebrating the love you shared while making room for new beginnings. For decades, your identity has been intertwined with being someone's partner. Losing that role can leave you feeling lost, like a piece of you is missing. But guess what? You're still whole. You just need to rediscover who you are outside of marriage. Sarah, a widow in her early 80s, struggled with this idea at first. She said, "I spent 60 years thinking of myself as Bob's wife. Who am I now?" Then one day she decided to try watercolor painting, a hobby she'd always wanted to explore but never had time for. Over time, she discovered a passion she didn't know she had. Now she says, "I'm not just Bob's wife anymore. I'm Sarah, the artist." To rebuild your identity, first, explore new interests. Try activities you've always been curious about: gardening, writing, dancing, or photography. Second, rediscover old passions. Did you used to play piano or knit? Dust off those skills and see where they take you. And third, redefine your purpose. Ask yourself, what brings me joy? What impact do I want to have on the world? Even small acts of kindness, like mentoring younger generations, can give you a renewed sense of purpose. You're more than your roles. You're a unique individual with gifts to offer the world. Take your time exploring who you are now. Now that we've covered allowing yourself to grieve, honoring your spouse's memory, and rebuilding your identity, let's move on to building a support system and taking care of your physical and mental health. Healing doesn't happen in isolation. Surrounding yourself with supportive people is crucial to moving forward. Whether it's family, friends, or a grief support group, having people who understand what you're going through can make all the difference. When Robert lost his wife, he withdrew from everyone. He thought no one would understand his pain. But one day a neighbor invited him to join a local walking group. Reluctantly, he went and found solace in sharing his story with others who'd experienced similar losses. He told me, "That group saved me. They reminded me I wasn't alone." Building a support system might feel intimidating at first, especially if you've spent years relying primarily on your spouse for companionship. But here's the truth. Humans are wired for connection, and leaning on others during tough times isn't a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength. Here's how you can start building your support system. First, reach out to loved ones. Sometimes we expect others to read our minds or just know when we're struggling, but they might not realize how much you're hurting unless you tell them. A simple message like, "I've been feeling lonely lately, can we talk?" can open the door to meaningful connection. Don't be afraid to ask for help or share how you're feeling. Loved ones want to support you. They just need to know how. Second, join groups. Look for senior centers, churches, or online forums where you can connect with others who've lost spouses. These communities are filled with people who truly understand what you're going through because they've walked a similar path. For example, Mary joined a local book club after losing her husband. At first, she felt hesitant, wondering if she'd fit in or if anyone would understand her grief. But over time, she formed deep friendships with other members who had also lost loved ones. She told me, "The book club became my lifeline. It gave me a reason to get out of the house and reminded me that life still has so much to offer." If in-person groups aren't accessible, there are many online communities specifically designed for seniors navigating loss. These platforms allow you to connect with others from the comfort of your home, sharing stories, advice, and encouragement. And third, practice mindfulness. Meditation, deep breathing, or prayer can calm anxious thoughts and bring peace. Mindfulness doesn't have to be complicated. You can start by sitting quietly for a few minutes each day, focusing on your breath, or simply paying attention to the sights and sounds around you. Sarah, a widow in her early 70s, discovered mindfulness through a free app she downloaded on her phone. She said, "I never thought meditation was for me. I always imagined it required hours of silence and perfect focus. But then I tried a 5-minute guided meditation, and it changed everything. Now I use it whenever I feel overwhelmed, and it helps me center myself." There are countless resources available to help you get started, from apps to YouTube videos to local classes. Find what works for you and make it a regular part of your routine. Even small changes can make a big difference. Maybe it's going for a short walk around your neighborhood, trying a new recipe, or spending 5 minutes journaling your thoughts. Every step you take toward self-care is a step toward healing. Healing isn't linear. It's a journey with ups and downs. Some days will feel easier than others, and that's okay. What matters is that you keep moving forward, one small step at a time. As you work on building your support system and prioritizing your health, remember that these efforts aren't just for you. They're a tribute to your spouse. By taking care of yourself, you're honoring their memory and showing gratitude for the life you shared together. Your spouse would want you to thrive, even in their absence. So be kind to yourself, celebrate small victories, and trust that brighter days lie ahead. Finally, embrace the possibility of new beginnings. Healing doesn't mean forgetting your spouse. It means creating a fulfilling life that honors their memory while opening yourself up to new joys. Take Mary, for example. After losing her husband, she decided to volunteer at a local library, a place they used to visit together. She told me, "At first I thought I'd never enjoy life again, but helping others made me realize I still have so much to give." Mary rediscovered purpose and joy in ways she never expected. Your spouse would want you to live a full, happy life, even without them. Embracing new beginnings doesn't diminish the love you shared. Instead, it allows you to carry their legacy forward in a meaningful way. Here's how to embrace new beginnings. First, travel somewhere you've always dreamed of visiting. Whether it's a nearby town or a far-off destination, exploring new places can reignite your sense of wonder. Traveling doesn't have to be extravagant. It could be as simple as taking a weekend trip to a scenic spot or visiting a museum you've always wanted to see. New experiences remind us that life is still full of beauty and opportunity. For instance, Margaret had always dreamed of visiting the mountains, but never found the time while caring for her family. After her husband passed away, she decided to take a solo trip to a cabin retreat. She said, "I was nervous at first, but being surrounded by nature reminded me of how vast and beautiful the world is. It gave me a fresh perspective on life." Second, take a class to learn a skill you've always admired. From painting to cooking to technology, learning keeps your mind sharp and your spirit alive. There's something incredibly empowering about mastering something new. Many community centers and online platforms offer affordable or free classes tailored to seniors. John, a widower in his late 70s, decided to try watercolor painting after his wife passed away. He said, "I never thought I'd be any good at art, but it became my therapy. Every brushstroke felt like a step toward healing." Whether it's joining a pottery workshop, learning to play an instrument, or even taking a photography course, these activities not only spark creativity, but also connect you with like-minded individuals. And third, spend more time with loved ones. Strengthening bonds with family and friends reminds you of the beauty of connection. Relationships are one of the most fulfilling parts of life, and nurturing them can bring immense joy. Invite your grandchildren over for a baking session, call an old friend you haven't spoken to in years, or join a club where you can meet new people. Sarah, a widow in her early 80s, rekindled her relationship with her sister after decades of growing apart. She said, "We started talking regularly, and it brought back memories of our childhood. Now we talk every week. It's like having a piece of home back in my life." As you embrace these new beginnings, remember that it's okay to feel excited about life again. Guilt is a common emotion after losing a spouse, especially when you start finding happiness in new experiences. But here's the truth. Your spouse would want you to be happy. Living fully doesn't mean leaving them behind. It means carrying their love with you as you create a new chapter in your life. Rediscovery isn't about replacing what you've lost. It's about expanding your life to include new possibilities while cherishing the memories you hold dear. Thank you for spending this time with me today. If this video touched your heart, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Golden Life Daily for more uplifting content. Your support means the world to me, and it helps me continue creating videos that inspire and empower seniors like you. And most importantly, remember this. Losing a spouse doesn't mean losing yourself. You're stronger than you think, and you deserve to live a life full of joy and purpose. As you take these steps toward healing, know that you're not alone. The journey may feel challenging at times, but every small effort brings you closer to rediscovering yourself and embracing your golden years. You've already shown incredible courage by facing loss head on. Trust that same courage will guide you toward a future filled with joy, connection, and purpose. Here's to living your best life, one step at a time.